And welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. Very happy to welcome Beth Doherty. She is from My Sister's Place, and we're going to be learning all about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, let's start right there. What is My Sister's Place, Beth?
Well, My Sister's Place is actually just a combination of many passions of mine. The first one being, of course, a passion for Jesus Christ, but also a passion for people, for cultures, and it's just a culmination of all of those things. My Sister's Place seeks to employ those who are struggling, women who are struggling in our community. That is our first mission, and our second mission is to help women struggling around the world. So we employ local women from nearby shelters to help us at the store, but then we also sell goods from other countries, fair trade goods that help women around the world.
What do they do? What kind of employment?
So I really have a heart for women who are in shelters, whether it be homeless shelters or safe houses or domestic violence shelters. And, there's just a real sense of discouragement there among the women. Life has been very tough on them. It's certainly not been fair. And, they want to get back on their feet, but maybe they lack the skills. Maybe they just lack the encouragement. And so My Sister's Place gives them training, on-the-job training. But the best part is just the friendship and the encouragement that we're able to share with the girls. Because sometimes that's all it takes to get someone going in the right direction, just knowing that someone believes in them, someone just, affirming their gifts and that sort of thing. And so basically they just help me operate a retail store. They learn a little bit about customer service and personal hygiene and marketing and just managing day-to-day affairs of the store.
Very big marketable skills there once you're done with it. And then the types of things that you're carrying at the store then are helping the women around the world with the the fair trade.
Exactly. So we have I love cultures. I remember as a child we had a missionary visit our house and he brought with him this piece of art that was created by silkworms in China, and I was just enthralled by that, and just hearing his stories and so forth. And I was in a church that had other missionaries coming in, and it just always excited me, to learn about another culture. And I vividly remember being in the library and looking up books of different countries. What's it like, a day in Russia, a day in Japan? What's it like for kids? And so we do have fair trade items, mostly from Kenya and India, but also from several other countries. But I also have what I call world treasures. I think of them as world treasures. Hopefully my customers do too. But basically on my days off, I go searching just throughout the community, throughout the state of Ohio for just precious little treasures that are made in other countries. Exactly. It might be, I have a variety of dolls from other countries that I've gotten at antique stores, some carvings, some pottery, different things, and, just the textiles and so forth. And it's very exciting to me, whether or not someone else finds it exciting. It's how God created me.
Yeah.
I'm a lover of cultures. And if I can share that with other people, and make a difference at the same time.
In my mind, I'm picturing lots of very cool silk scarves. And
I have over 100
lots of really cool
scarves.
Jewelry. And
lots
tell
of
me
jewelry.
what else we will find there.
So yes, we have over 100 different scarves. I'm always searching. I myself don't wear scarves because I would just be a tangled up mess.
I can show you some ways.
But I do appreciate beautiful scarves, and so I have those there, and they're very well priced. Jewelry, all kinds of bracelets.
Wait, let me stop you there. You said they're very well priced. We don't want that. We want fair trade. We want these to be expensive.
Well,
so that
these are the ones that I find on my own.
Okay,
the fair trade items are a little more expensive,
and should be
exactly. So we have a lot of bracelets and jewelry that's fair trade, and most of that is probably in the range of $8 to $18, which is still very reasonable.
Still very reasonable. But then when you take that to a third world country, what a life-changing amount that becomes.
Exactly. I mean, in a lot of these countries, $2.50 is the weekly wage. And so to be able
to... Say that again, Beth. Say that one more time.
$2.50, which is... good luck finding anything for $2.50 these days. $2.50 is the weekly wage in a lot of in a lot of countries where these products are from.
Can we just park there for 1 second? Because you're talking about something that is so hard for us to even imagine, that an amount of money that we would find under our couch cushion.
Right, exactly, or in our car.
Exactly.
Just change.
Yeah, in a drink well, is a weekly wage. Do things cost less there? It seems to me that they're still trying to live in the 21st century.
Right. Things do cost a little bit less, particularly, the further out you get from large cities. And there's still a lot of bartering going on in many countries, but $2.50 is $2.50, no matter if you live in the United States or another country. It might get you a little bit further in another country, but not enough for a family.
So on a toll road, basically, what you would throw into the little thing out the window is someone's weekly wage.
Exactly.
So you're trying to come alongside them and help them with by giving them something, a useful skill and something great, and be able to show the beautiful art that goes into some of this. And these women really are, they're crafters, aren't they? They're artisans. It would be a more likely term.
Absolutely. And most of the products that I carry are crafted by women. There are a few soapstone carvings that are done by men, but they're all in struggling economies, and I feel good, supporting them no matter who they are. One particular organization is Freedom Firm. It was started by an American over in India, and they have a workshop, and it's called Ruhama Jewelry. And my daughter, through Moody Bible Institute, spent a 6-month internship working with them. And they make their own jewelry. And, just each little bead, one at a time, they would embroider these beautiful cuff bracelets. And for them, for anyone who's struggling, it's great to have a craft that you can, manufacture. But for those who come out of especially difficult situations, to be taught that is life-saving. These are made by girls who were rescued from brothels.
We're going to get into that.
Exactly.
For sure.
And so, the bracelets are beautiful. And as I said, they're probably between $10 and $18. But that simple little bracelet, with its special embroidery is saving someone's life. It's giving them an opportunity. It's giving them an alternative to the life that they once lived.
But were it not for you selling them here, they wouldn't have someone to purchase them, because somebody who's making $250 a week is not going to be buying beautiful jewelry. So they also need some customers.
Absolutely.
And that's where we can come in.
Yay.
So you said it. You are rescuing people from human trafficking. How did you get involved with this, Beth?
It's a very long story.
That's all right. We got time. We got some time.
It's kind of odd. When I was just a small child, I remember seeing something at a neighbor's house that I shouldn't have seen at age 5. And at the time, I didn't quite understand it. But little did I know that, it was kind of God's way of just preparing my heart for where I am now. I've dealt with people who have been entrenched in pornography addiction. I've personally known them, and it just breaks your heart. And my daughter, the one that went to Moody, she majored in let me think. Ministry to Victims of Sexual Exploitation.
That's a major?
It's a very long name, so I had to prepare myself to say that.
Yes.
But yes, it's Ministry to Victims of Sexual Exploitation, and Moody started to offer that just a year prior to her starting in that field.
Talk about answering a call, and talk about hats off to Moody to have their finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world right now, and then having that need, seeing that need and filling that need.
Absolutely.
And training people to get in there and win this war.
I've learned a lot through her. I had this tendency to look through her textbooks and kind of ask what she was learning about. She's just a little girl from Hartville, but she has a world of knowledge in that area, and just a heart of compassion. And so to learn about that, and then she eventually got a job at Rahab House in Akron,
perfect,
which is a home for women who have been trafficked locally. Yes. Just to see and hear about what they're doing, and to be able to mentor, some of the girls there. it just creates that passion to want to help them.
Do they teach them what the rest of us can be on the lookout for? Are there red flags when we're out and about? I would say, if you're traveling and you're staying in a hotel and someone's acting funny,
right,
then say something to somebody,
right,
probably. But is there something maybe less obvious that we could be watching for?
Well, I mean, hotels, airlines, they're all in very important positions to notice if something is not quite right. Mm-hmm. And a lot of hotels are offering training now in that area,
That's wonderful.
So that you know what to look for, what to be aware of. And I just read this morning, Delta Airlines is promoting anti-trafficking programs and so forth. And they have put forth a lot of money to support a hotline for that. ICE, which we've been hearing a lot about in the news lately with immigration, what a lot of people don't know is that they are very much on top of human trafficking. And
that's something we need to bear in mind as we're seeing, video of it, to really keep the politics out of it. Mm-hmm. No one wants to see a child ripped from their parent, right. But many of these adults bringing these children across the border mm-hmm. aren't their parents,
right,
and don't have their best interest at heart.
And it's heartbreaking.
It is.
I could not be God. I was telling my kids, telling my children this the other day, as much as I try to be sometimes. I was telling them the other day, I just don't know how you can extend grace to someone who's hurt a child or mm-hmm. who has hurt a young woman. And I guess that just is the amazing part of God, is he is so big. And
you remind us all, too, that we really need to be praying for these people in positions mm-hmm. that can do something about it.
Absolutely.
We need to pray for ICE,
right,
that they have discernment to be able to tell when a unit of people is a
right.
family
mm-hmm.
and when it is not.
Absolutely.
And we need to be praying for the people in the airlines and the hotels and people in these positions to be able to help nip this right where it is.
And so, you asked for some practical
mm-hmm.
suggestions.
Thanks.
Sorry. I just love to talk about these
and that's why
things.
we brought
I love
you
to create
here.
awareness, and that's
yes.
part of my mission too, is just mm-hmm. to create an awareness of what resources are out there and what we can do, just as regular people. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you see usually typically a man with a younger girl, and she's kind of dazed or kind of out of it, maybe not especially well kept. That might just be something to sort of follow along there. Obviously, you have to be careful because,
mm-hmm.
people don't appreciate accusations or police involvement in their lives.
Can you be anonymous about it?
You can be anonymous about
mm-hmm.
it. And actually, ICE does have a phone number for that. I don't have it with me right now,
mm-hmm.
but they are running something called the Blue Campaign. And you can actually go on Facebook. You can also go online, find out all about it. They will send you checklists of what you can look for. They will send you little cards that you can leave on tables or in bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And they have them in a multitude of languages, which I totally appreciate.
That's wonderful.
So, sometimes larger restaurants will have human trafficking going on. You don't realize it. We often think of human trafficking as being the same as sex trafficking, but it's basically any time someone is being taken advantage of for their mm-hmm. services. And so you might have...
Which can be physical labor type slavery as well.
Oh, absolutely. So there's these cards. You can leave them, on a table at your favorite restaurant, if you suspect something's not quite right there. A lot of times kids get over here or, young adults get over here thinking that they're going to get this great job. And
right.
then they're just kind of indentured to a restaurant, or a lot of times massage parlors. That's been a big thing lately. Salons, different things like that. And so ICE has a whole list of things to look for. They have the hotline numbers, and they will send you all kinds of free materials. And I have several at my store, so if anybody wants to stop by and pick some up, they'll send you just anything you want to create awareness or to take a step in the right direction.
We need to take a short break. Where is your store?
My store is located at 887 Edison in Hartville, Ohio. It's right near the Hartville Kitchen.
Okay.
So most people seem to know where that is. And
I
the
think
Hartfield
we all know
Kitchen,
it.
Hartfield, hardware.
Yes.
I'm just right down the street from there, but it's 887.
But not
Edison.
one of the shops inside the marketplace there.
No,
Okay.
we have our own little tiny plaza.
There we go.
So there's just 4 shops there, but
Awesome. All right, we're going to be back with Beth after these words. You're listening to Our Community.